Cup finals is massive. This is what it's taken over 20-odd years. And to see that little clip building up to the finals, I thought, wow, this is real cool to watch. And I was anticipating, looking forward to the game. But obviously, as I've always said, the referees right at the round one, we talked about referees.
Yeah.
And look what happened. And we always said, come to the business in the finals, a referee is going to make or break the end result, which sucks because these teams got a hundy for their fans themselves over the 20-odd weeks. And that was a stupid thing, sending Vojkovic off there. And, mate, just wrecked the whole game. I feel sorry for Manly fans. I really do. Desi Hasler will be blowing up, as JT said. But the old one, he gets another day in the finals. Wayne Bennett and his boys, but done by the ref.
Yeah, I think that it was just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if it was undue pressure from maybe it was one hell of a game, though, wasn't it? And there was pressure pretty much all over the place. Maybe the referee kind of cracked, perhaps. I mean, I don't know.
And that's the sad thing, Keith. It's probably one of the best games of the year, and here we are talking about the referees rather than the skill and the dynamics, ball playing and the big hits that were on show last night, and we're talking about the referees. I think there's a theory going around. I watched a bit of it this morning on TV about the bunker might have intervened on that call because actually live it was missed, and it was basically play on for a couple of moments later. And hang on. You see the guy going for his earpiece and nodding his head. Okay, hang on, take it back, and then what do you know? Manly 26-20 in front, and all of a sudden, they lose their number one workhorse forward, and in the blink of an eye, they go to 26-32 down. So, costly moment for Manly, and two different sets of fans too, boys. It's like South Sydney is from Redfern, one of the most struggling, blue-collar working-class areas of Sydney, and Manly, the glory boys from the northern beaches. It's like living in Elgin, playing against some team from Wainui.
Right.
No offence to the Elgin boys. Beautiful spot.
But great analogy. We get what you're trying to say there, JT. But just wow, it was just one hell of a game. That was the main thing about it, Reno? It was just one hell of a game. One great spectacle.
Matchup for matchup right across the field.
I know.
You saw Star take on Star, and you got what they get paid, and you saw that on show last night.
Mm-hmm.
That game was unbelievable.
It was one heck of a game. I mean, you could almost say that could have been a grand final, and it would have been an epic one too, if it had come down to that. I mean, boy. However, South Sydney obviously continue on. Their season still goes on there, JT.
Yeah, so they get the preliminary final against Canberra in Canberra next week. Canberra, of course, looked pretty good last week in beating the Storm. And speaking of the Storm, they're back up tonight against Parramatta, the winner of that one, going on to play the Sydney Roosters at the SCG next weekend. So unfortunately here for Manly, it's season done and dusted for them. But a cracker game, can't speak highly enough of it compared to a couple of blowouts last week, in particular the Parramatta-Brisbane game. I mean, the Brisbane Broncos, 6 of them were out the night before playing pokies in the pub till well after midnight, and that sort of thing. It's not illegal, but it certainly doesn't look good. It doesn't reflect well on the coach, whether the coach has got any control over the changing room or not. But it's certainly, you don't mind your team losing, but to lose like that, the Broncos look like they'd thrown the towel in with about 20 to go and just, said, stuff it, we're out of here.
Yeah. No, that was a very messy game. But however, should be a good one. Let's hope that it's something like, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is something like last night's game there, Reno?
Yeah, it is going to be close. But I'm going to sit with JT, mate, and go for the boys in purple.
No, you just jinxed us.
They're class act, and I think they'll bring the A game tonight. Para had a good win. The Broncos, man. What's up with that?
I know.
What's up with that? Might as well put the bloody Warriors in there, would have done better. Anyway, that's another story. I think the Storm. I was hoping, and I think most would see, go to Storm, mate. Near the Storm.
Go the Storm. What about you, Ra? What do you reckon? Go the Storm?
Oh, yeah, always Keithy. Go the Storm. I think it's been a big
No, definitely gone.
New South Wales sides. They leave a stigma with me for some reason. I've always been, a non-New South Wales side, whether they've been from Queensland or elsewhere. And now the Storm, all power to them, I reckon. They've got the side, but they've just got that club that, in terms of sport in general, you like to base any sort of outfit on, just the quality and just the what they install in the players and everybody associated with it. So, look, I hope they go the distance.
What do the Storm need to do, apart from maybe get rid of supporters like Ra Walker? JT, what do the Storm need to do, bro?
Warriors tried that, it didn't work.
They just need to shore up their defence. And look, Parramatta came out guns blazing last week, and they'll be in a confident sort of a mood, think they can do it again. So Melbourne just got to grind out that win up the middle, and hopefully Cameron Munster didn't go missing like he did last weekend. Cameron Smith needs to get more involved as well.
Right.
And just they need to relax and stay calm and get the start right. I think the start cost us last week against Canberra. We sort of started slow and didn't get into it till after half time, and then we were good enough to get in front, but not good enough to ice it. So, yeah, look, the loss, while not the perfect build up, I think Craig Bellamy's experienced enough. He's got enough experience on the field to drag these boys across the line. But in saying that, I'm a little bit nervous. Parramatta got some strike power right across the field. Ferguson, Gutherson, Keith Whanonga, Mike Acevo.
But, well, they do. And quite frankly, I think it's quite an amazing turnaround for Parramatta. Weren't they the Wooden Spooners last year? They were the Wooden Spooners last year. And to turn around, watch out for them. And you do got to watch out for them, eh, Reno?
Oh, totally. Totally. You just don't know. JT mentioned some of the strike power names, and you got the halves as well, right across that paddock. Both teams bring stars, and God, it could go any way. I just hope the person conducting in the middle doesn't stuff it up.
That seems pretty likely, though, the way things are going. What do you reckon, JT? I mean, I know last year we were getting stuck into the referees and how pedantic they were getting, but it could be pretty much the same thing. What do you reckon, JT? Are you there, JT? Maybe. What do you reckon, Reno?
Yeah, well, I hope not, mate. I hope not. We saw it last night, and mate, if the team can break out and get to a comfortable lead, now referee can't get involved. We've talked about this many a time in the NRL comp, especially around the Warriors, and how we think they get ill-treated due to the referee or the bunker. Yeah. And Ra alluded to this through our previous shows. Just got to get the points, get the tries, and blow up the scoreline, then it won't come into play. Won't be as close as last night's game, So if the Storm get the roll on, it all starts at the start. And JT said that, and the Storm unfortunately has some of those type of games where they can start real good, and second half will be rubbish, and they lose. They don't get the right start. And I remember Kiwi Walters saying that at the State of Origin over in Perth. Very similar structure.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They're going to get the roll on from the start. If they don't, she's over.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an exciting game once again, though, isn't it, Reno? Eh?
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the wings going head-to-head, the halves going head-to-head. Man, Big Nelson up there up front. Yeah, it's a huge game. I reckon it'll be a big crowd there tonight.
Should be,
Do the timings clash? What time do the All Blacks play?
Round about the same time, I think. Yeah, round about the same time. Oh no, isn't it a little bit earlier? If you watch it live, but if you watch it in the delayed, it could be about round about the same time.
9:45, I think.
Yeah, 9:45 kick on.
Yeah. So
there you go. It's 7:50 here, so it's exactly the same time.
Yeah, 9:50. Yeah, 9:50. I think the game kicks off here, Reno?
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of chopping and changing. I think. Certainly, if you, I don't know. It's going to be hard. I have to wait for the delay.
All Black game. I don't know if there'll be a lot of, for the minnow team, but South Africa, they can upset us. So all the Kiwis will probably be tuned to that.
Yeah.
Most of them, not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them. How very true. How very true.
But even saying that, is rugby losing its shine over there? I mean, a lot of people, there's so many other sports available these days, like water sports and all that sort of stuff, and particularly amongst our Pākehā, friends, they sort of get intimidated by the big Polynesian boys. Go, oh, stuff that. I'd rather go and go hiking or something.
I don't know. I think I don't know. It seems to be. I don't know how to explain it. It seems to be. Well, it's still there. There's always a huge hype, especially with fans our age and that. But I think with the kids, it's getting a little bit down. What do you reckon, Rino?
Yeah, it is down. Their whole enthusiasm and everything like that, like us in our age group, around our codes and our sports, we grew up in amongst it. This whole new generation of kids coming through,
so much
they even struggle to even engage with sport full stop.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's a massive decline in youth participation in any sports these days. It's huge, and it's a major issue in the country. Only about a month ago, 5 of the biggest codes come together. They are trying to fix it up because it's been taken a bit of a backward step, and participation with youth is not necessarily the sporting code for some, and that rolls out to where numbers are declining or people viewing as such as well. But, there's us guys and ladies and others who are hearty and will watch it.
Yeah.
So, but the young ones are a different breed, mate. They're more the digital world, and I don't want to start talking about that. That's another show.
Yeah.
But times are changing.
Do you reckon that to yourself? What do you reckon there, Ra?
Yeah, well, the boys are right, all of them are right, and, can I call them aggressive sort of sports like rugby, league, even fighting sports, anything where there's that contact. It was reported, and I think Spark reports and some insurance council reports that there's a decline, and it is a sign of the times. A lot of young ones would rather take their frustrations out on a computer screen or a big screen TV than on the field or on the court, so sadly it's like a PC world we're heading towards, Keithy, and I hate to say it sounds like science fiction, but very soon the only ones playing rugby and league will be computers on our robots on our behalf, taking the big hits and playing on the field, like what you see on TV. So yeah, it could be sort of sad times ahead, but probably won't happen for a little while, but probably will happen eventually, sadly.
What's the feel like over there in Australia, in particular with league there, JT?
Yeah, pretty much the same, although a different structure over here. It's played a lot in the schools, so, and a lot of the Aussie kids love it. It's a little bit, dare I say it, harder than the ones back home.
Okay.
But yeah, and saying that, I just want to make mention, there's the Masters of Rugby League tournament starts this coming weekend here in the Gold Coast at Southport Tigers. I think it's 120 teams, so from right across Australia, New Zealand, a few from the UK. So that's over 35s rugby league, and it's normally a pretty good tournament. That one, so I'll head down next week and have a bit of a look. So, like Ra said, our age group, it's fine. We're all good. We still love it. Even older than us, guys up to their 70s still playing this tournament. So it's just the younger ones going to get on board, and don't know what it's going to take because we come from a good generation. We got outside, kick the ball around, chase each other around hills, and all that sort of carry on. And these days, sort of what's the saying? A weep for the future.
Yeah, I know. It's very, very different era. Now,
sign of the times, Keithy. Sign of the times. You could sort of back nowadays you could probably get into a fight and then be laughing about it. A little bit afterwards. Nowadays you get into a fight, you get sued over it or something. So yeah, sign of the times.
Yeah, true that. Now our Warriors women there, Reno, they go up against the Dragons. What time is that game there, bro?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, and first time ever in this competition, our Warrior girls will be at home. So it's only $10 a ticket. That's all it is.
Wow.
The $10 will get your normal on the seat at Mount Smart. There's a big build up there as well. You can meet the girls, have your photos, selfies, everything like that. Got a bit of a all-day fun event stuff for the kids and families and the girls, and trying to do it right. And Kezzy Apps and her Dragon girls are all in town, and you look forward to it, see what happens. But big day tomorrow at Mount Smart. Yeah,
excellent stuff indeed.
Also, what I don't like, mate, is Putu Moala.
Yes, I know.
And the crusher tackle, and that's season over. It's like that's the only thing that's marred the opening round. Great to see the competition in the second season. Love watching the girls going head to head and seeing some of these youngsters given the opportunity in the rugby league game and mate, there are some future stars